Howdy, howdy, fellow trainers, and welcome back for another entry into the Pokemon Bliss Oblivion Project here at PTE Creative. Now, as you saw in that thumbnail, we have a new Mega Evolution to get to, and I want to show it to you right here, right now. I want to introduce you to Mega Typhlosion. Now, you can see a little bit of an interesting vibe here for Mega Typhlosion, as it has developed a Dark type, which is super interesting. We have to get into right now. Now, before we go further with Mega Typhlosion, I'm going to send you this ad where you can even get your own Pokemon merch, including some from this series. Go check it out. I hear you guys are really liking PT Creative's content. And you know what? You should, because it's pretty rad. You may even want to support the channel even more. Well, there's a way you can do it and reward yourself. And that's by going to our Etsy shop. Head on over to PTE Creative's Etsy shop and you can find all kinds of cool merch like you see on screen. You may be watching some of our Pokemon themed content and going, I'd love some merch there. You can do that. You can even get our custom Fakemon stickers right there, or stickers of existing Pokemon, t-shirts, or mystery packs. But you may be saying, I don't know if Pokemon's maybe my vibe. You know what? That's fine, because we got all kinds of fun, snarky millennial content and sports-related things over at the Etsy shop as well. Maybe you got some big bench warmer energy that you just got to spread with the world, or maybe you just need to tell people that you hope both teams are having fun as they're playing, because it's just all about vibes to you, and you hate to see it. You'd hate to see it if you didn't get your merch. You can go get that merch right here, right now. Head on over to Etsy. Go to etsy.com/shop/PTE Creative and go get yourself some awesome merch and go support a local content creator in this community we call the internet. Hope y'all see some great merch coming soon from Etsy. Go to PTE Creative on Etsy and get yourself some great merch now! Now, with the development of Mega Typhlosion, I want to think of a few different things. Number one, the Mega Evolution era in Gen 6 completely skipped over a lot of great Pokemon in Gen 2 that deserved a Mega Evolution. The fact that Gen 1 starters and Gen 3 starters all got Mega Evolutions and Gen 2 didn't, travesty of justice. I had to redo that. And you're going to see that as a bit of a trend in some of our Mega Evolution videos down the line. You can already see a little bit of a glimpse in it in our Mega Kingdra unveiling. But when developing Typhlosion specifically, Typhlosion gives me this vibe of almost a sinister type Pokemon based on some of its artwork that I absolutely adore, which makes Typhlosion really fun to work with. And the vibe I got was of a dark type. Now, the reason dark type, one, it's introduced in Gen 2 and it brought a whole new world of possibilities. However, it only brought about 6 Pokemon. You had 6 new Pokemon to play with in that typing, so it's not as if it's inundated with typing. So I wanted to honor the generation. When you only have Umbreon, which is a friendship evolution of Eevee, it's hard to get to. Then you get Houndour, Houndoom, Murkrow, Sneasel, and Tyranitar. You don't even have dark typing throughout the Tyranitar line. So there's plenty of dark typing to get to. Now, some could say, what about Mega Houndoom? You already have a dark fire type. That's true. And just because Mega Houndoom is rad doesn't mean we can't have another one. There are plenty of Pokemon that are picking up dragon types for Mega Evolutions. So I wanted to really focus on that as we went through this. And I want you to look at this design and tell me if you see what I'm seeing as well. In the design of Mega Typhlosion, I really was going for this almost dark wizard type character and using the flames to its advantage to make it a very sinister look. I love that idea, and I brought slight variations of the Hisuian design into play and then really morphed it from there. That's more red and purple. I want to go with more of the pink vibe and the blue vibe to give it this more mysterious, eerie look, which I really, really enjoy. But beyond just the look, you have to think about how does this Pokemon operate. Now, the learn set to Typhlosion, as you can see here, there has no dark moves whatsoever. So I had to fix that, and I gave you this to help out. At level 18, it can learn Taunt, which is a status move to help dark typing to only use attack moves. From there, you get Nasty Plot boosting its special attack at level 24, and that kind of replaces Defense Curl. So really, we've only added one level learn set here with Taunt thus far. Then it gets a physical attack with Crunch at 28, and then at 48, I gave it Dark Pulse to give it some options for the dark typing to use once it turns into Mega Typhlosion. And in this idea, Flamethrower would move up to 53, Inferno to 61, and Overheat at 74. In a new learn set, it would lose Rollout, which, frankly, I don't think is worthwhile that much anyways, to a Typhlosion. Which brings me then to its Pokedex entry. So as you see, Fire, Dark type, our previous stage is obvious, it's just Typhlosion, and it needs a Typhlosionite to get to that Mega Evolution. However, when you look at its Pokedex entry, you can see a little bit more of a complement to where it's trying to go. It is still the Volcano Pokemon, and another thing that really inspired me was its Pokedex entry. This is pulled straight out of, I believe, Gen 7. Typhlosion obscures itself behind a shimmering heat haze that it creates using its intensely hot flames. That's all the original from the Gen 7 Pokedex. In Mega form, its flames begin to encircle its arms and hands. To give it more of that intimidating Dark Wizard-esque vibe, and create that collar that gives you a more sinister look, very Mr. Sinister-esque, which is always fun to get the tie back to comics, since the Helzari region is so heavily based off of American comic books and superheroes of that nature. It's really fun to get that vibe into Mega Typhlosion, with the encircling wild flames and fireballs at its hands to make it a far more intimidating Pokemon that fits the dark typing. Hence the reason it gets the ability Intimidate. Boosts its attack stat and really only brings about stronger Pokemon when it's at the top of your party. Now, you wouldn't have that chance necessarily if you just had Typhlosion, but I thought it was a fun little entry in case there ever were a way to continue Mega Evolution out in the in-game process. It grows about 4 inches and goes to 5'11". The biggest change here is the base stat. Typhlosion's base stat, as you can see here, is 534. Not a problem whatsoever. However, its base stat with Mega Typhlosion goes to 634. HP and defense, they only jump about 2 points to the 80s. However, attack jumps to 104 for a 20-point differential. Special attack is by far the biggest jump with a 26-point total to 135. Special defense gets a 20-point boost along with speed, with special defense going to 115 and speed going to 120. So Mega Typhlosion is meant for battle. And it is an absolutely fun Pokemon to get into play, and one I know people would love to get to play with. And I love bringing Mega Typhlosion into the fold here in the Helzari region as part of the Pokemon Bliss Oblivion Project, and I hope you like seeing him. Now, if you did, you may want to go check out the rest of our content, because there's a ton of cool stuff there, and I'll send it to you right here. Hey friends, I know you're enjoying this show, but we want to prime you for a new show. Go check out the weekly schedule over at PTE Creative and find your new favorite podcast or show to watch. Monday and Thursday, you get the Far Out Football podcast with news, analysis, and notes of the NFL season, plus great projects during the off-season like draft analysis and what-if questions like what if the NFL expanded. Tuesday, go to the ONETA Show for absurd takes and fun all around. The topics in entertainment, gaming, movies, television, you name it, ONETA Show is going to talk about it. Wednesday, you can go check out the Pokemon Bliss and Oblivion Project, in which new Pokemon are being designed every single week as we create the Helzari Fakemon region. Friday, it's kind of a fun, laid-back day over at PT Creative. You can go open some brand new Pokemon card packs, or get some new specials and seasonal content coming your way on a Friday. And finish your week out with the Wisco Movie Watchers podcast on Saturdays. Get great movie recommendations, learn some movie history, and just have a grand old time listening to some dialogue. It's going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun over on Saturdays, just like it is every single day over at PTE Creative. Go check out new podcasts, new content, new shows. every single Monday through Saturday over at PTE Creative. Now enjoy the rest of your show. Thank you guys so much for looking at that schedule. But that's going to do it here for us today. I hope you loved meeting Mega Typhlosion and you're excited about the new Pokemon coming your way here as part of the Bliss Oblivion Project at PTE Creative. As always, stay in touch on our socials. Check out the rest of our content, including our podcast, which you can find 4 times a week now, which is crazy. And like you saw at the beginning of the video, go check out Etsy because now you can even get your own Alzari Pokemon stickers there. Check us out wherever you can. Peace, love, and hugs to you all. Go catch some great Pokemon. Goodbye, fellow trainers.